Folks, we are... Oh, there's the video. Folks, we're back here with another Sunday update. It's October 3rd. You only get to say that once a year. And we're back with VPP's Sunday update. Yeah, so I want to tell... What are we doing? We're telling you guys about Remakes 1, which we're kind of at the end of here, for the most part. And this month we've been playing through Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Heart Gold. 2 of the Gen 1 remakes and 1 of the Gen 2 remakes. We'll conclude this next month, but more about that later. I finally did my thing, and I made one of these team charts again. So we have that to ground us a little bit. Who wants to start?
Just let the champions start.
I'll pass off to Cam because he finished first.
Already talked about the end of Heart Gold.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I'm glad to see my army of Steves and Billy are on screen.
God, so confusing.
I'm very happy.
So confusing to run through your team and add them to the graphic because I was like, well, I added Steve already. Now I have to add Steve. And then next
Steve,
up we have Steve, and Steve. Yeah, I like my birds. The sprites for the birds are very wide, so Firo didn't quite fit in the box. His beak goes over a little bit. Can I talk about the end of the game?
You're going to spoil the end of Fire Red.
I'm going to spoil the end of Gen 1.
How dare you?
Yes, we've never played through Gen 1 before, so we have no idea how it ends.
So,
Yeah.
it was actually... I know what I want to talk about with Fire Red. So,
What do you...
I did the gyms in kind of a weird order. Because every other time that I've played through, like, either Red or Fire Red, I've been kind of trying to figure out what the game is looking for in terms of what you do win. And I think generally, like, there's a pretty natural flow of events through the middle of the game where, like, you know, you beat Misty, and then you go down to the SSN, and you do a bunch of stuff, and then you get cut, and then you can unlock Surge, so you go and beat Surge. And then I think from there you, like, go to Celadon and the Game Corner, and you get the Self-Scope, and then you can go to Lavender Town and do the Ghosty Guy with the Marowak, and then you get the Poke-Flute. Yeah?
Yep.
You get the Poke-Flute,
Yes.
so you can then go and unlock the Snorlaxes, and now you can go and do... Well, I think you could already do Koga. Maybe not.
No, you have
can't
to go
get
through the
to...
Snorlaxes.
Yeah, you can't get to Fuchsia without getting past the Snorlax.
So you have to get past the Snorlax, and then you can go to Koga, and then from Koga, it kind of makes sense just to go to Seafoam and then Blaine, and then at some point, I don't remember exactly when it makes sense to do this, you go in and you do Sabrina in the middle with Saffron, and then you do Giovanni. But this time, I was really trying to, like, push the... Well, a little bit, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I also had not a ton of time. But I was trying to push a little bit as to, like, what you can actually do in terms of order. So I wound up doing a bunch of weird things. Like, I went up to Bill's, and then I went straight to SSN. I hadn't beaten Misty yet. So, which is only weird because then I think you can't use Cut outside of battle until you beat Misty, so you can't go to Surge until you've beaten Misty. What was cool about it was I still ran into a lot of the same ordering stuff, but because I actually ran into those walls rather than it just kind of flowing. So that was kind of a neat experience. Yeah, I had some fun with it. The Snorlax
You've previously been very mad about railroading.
Yeah, but it was interesting to kind of, like, push and see what... Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get to Gen 2. No, Gen 2 isn't the one that I was screaming about railroading. Gen 4, I think I was screaming
Gen
about.
4.
Yeah, we'll get there in November. But... Yeah, I thought it was interesting to kind of like, okay, let me see what I can actually get around. And a lot of the things in Gen 1 are pretty flexible. The Snorlaxes are not. A lot of things are, but those ones really aren't. Also, I discovered that in Fire Red, they fixed the issue with Marowak. Sirmina, do you guys remember this from Gen 1?
With the Pokédoll?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're fighting Marowak in Gen 1, even if you don't have the Self Scope, you can just pull out a Pokédoll when you run into the unidentified Pokemon encounter, and you'll flee it, and then you can just walk up. In this one, when you do that, you move a step back, so that when you step forward again, it triggers the unidentified Pokemon once again. So you actually can't now get past Marowak with a Pokédoll. You have to actually have the Self Scope. Yeah. Because that's actually like a huge chunk of the game that you can just absolutely bypass. Not huge, but it's Game Corner. I mean...
Yeah, you can skip that whole section.
All of Game Corner, you can just totally dodge out by just buying a Pokédoll from Celadon Department Store and then beelining it to Lavender Town.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to
You
mention...
don't need to do Silph for anything else?
You have to do Self-Co to unlock Sabrina, but you don't ever have to do Game Corner. I don't think.
There's nothing else in Game Corner that you need.
I think Cams knows something.
No, I just don't remember.
I don't think so. I mean, really...
The last time I played any of the Gen 1 was January, so...
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember in you two replaying Game Corner. I don't remember.
The only thing I'm not entirely sure is whether that affects the Giovanni stuff at all, but I really don't think it does.
No, I mean, if you ever go and watch, like, a speedrunner...
They don't do Game Corner, right?
I think that the prerequisite for Giovanni appearing is getting the other 7 badges.
Like the final Giovanni. Because there's also Giovanni
yeah.
in Silphco.
Mm-hmm. That exists.
But that one just exists. It's not... The code's not, like, complex enough to actually require you to beat the first Giovanni.
No. Because technically, once you reach Celadon, if you get the T, then you can just go straight to Saffron.
Yes.
And then you have access to Sylph, and that's it.
Which is what I did. I was frustrated because I kept trying to give the guards different drinks, but they only want the tea.
That was the original method.
What?
And they switched it up to
Yeah.
just give them any kind of drink.
Yeah, because I bought like 8 drinks from the place. That's why I kept giving people like lemonades at random times during the game, because I was like, well, I have all these fucking lemonades. Might as well use them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway. That was kind of a fun excursion through the Kanto region this time. Trying to kind of push the boundaries. Of course, I had to go to the Sevi Islands. I went to 1, 2, and 3. And you have to do a stupid little thing. And then, of course, I realized that like you actually have to go back and actually do more stuff, because you have to... I had to get Moltres, and he's on Mount Ember or something out there on one island, so... You can't just go and save the girl and then go back. You have to actually stick around.
Yeah.
Stupid Bill. Always getting me into trouble.
That was the biggest what the fuck, basically, was why did they move Moltres from Victory Road to Mount Ember?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why did they do that?
His spot seemed so empty.
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed by how many of the Victory Road puzzles and like the boulders and things, I was just like, I know, like I remember that this is supposed to go there. Like there were definitely boulders where I was like, wait, I know this one.
Yeah, you breezed through Seafoam this time.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing in Seafoam, but I remembered that the boulders had to go down the holes, so I just did that anytime I could, and it seemed to work. Yeah. I did have it was a lot less stressful. Did anybody happen to see my Zapdos run?
I think I popped in like right after because you went and got Zapdos in 5 minutes.
Yep. One Ultra Ball.
It took literally 5 minutes. Yes.
Insane.
Amazing.
I was like, okay, well, I bought 30. I bought 30 Ultra Balls for it. And then I show up and I was like, alright, let's see if this one works. And then it did. It was what? I did like Hyper Beam, Quick Attack, Ultra Ball.
Incredible.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Jokes.
I do wonder if they moved Moltres for the sake of also putting that into kind of like a bonus area. Because you don't have to go to Power Plant. You don't have to go through Seafoam.
That's true.
You have to go through Victory Road. And I think you have to get into that section where Moltres is. So I wonder if they did some decision to say, you know, you should probably make Moltres a bit more of a bonus rather than it just being something up along the way.
Because there is a sense that if you have to go through Victory Road anyway, why would you not get Moltres?
Yeah.
Whereas like Zapdos is kind of a commitment. You have to like really go there, and Articuno is even more of a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of cool though that Moltres was on Victory Road because it's one of those. Oh, here's a legendary bird. Where are the other two? If I haven't seen them yet, and this one's right here, where am I not looking?
That's a fair point too.
It's like a teaser for legendary hunting.
Because it is entirely possible that, like, the way Fire Red is set up, you could go through the entire game without running into any of them.
You're probably going to see me do that in Leaf Green.
Yeah. Where are you at right now?
I just defeated Blaine.
Nice.
I did 3 gyms in one go the other day.
Blaine was tougher than I realized.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, I have a great team for it. I had Lapras, I have a Graveler, I have a Charizard with Rock Slide. Like, ultimately ended up being kind of my trump card was pulling out Charizard to just use Rock Slide and absorb all the fire attacks coming its way.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Fire is not very effective against fire.
No, it would have been awesome if it had Flash Fire or something.
Yeah.
If I had a Flareon, I would have been it, but...
I think I was looking up some things about Moltres and Fire Red, and they recommend catching a Ponyta, because you can catch one right outside Mount Ember.
Yeah.
And I think they can have Flash Fire, and then you can't get hurt by any of Moltres' attacks.
3 fire moves and agility?
Are you serious?
It's... Yeah, it doesn't have Drill Peck.
Do the other two?
Moltres has Fire Spin and Flamethrower, and then it has... it has Overheat as well?
Yours did.
I taught it Overheat.
Oh, okay.
I think it has Agility and... It's another weird, like, status move or a...
Will-O-Wisp?
No, I don't think so, but maybe. Something Will-O-Wisp. No, it was something in Blaine's Gym Will-O-Wisp.
Fire Spin?
It had Fire Spin. It had Fire Spin and it had Flamethrower. And it definitely had Agility, because I'm pretty sure they all have Agility.
No.
Didn't it have Fire Blast?
No, because I taught it Fire Blast.
Says that its moveset is just going to be Flamethrower, Endure, Agility, and Fire Spin.
Endure. Endure was the last one. It was like, which I got rid of. So if you have anything with Flash Fire, you're good. It can't hurt you.
Love it.
So you go catch a Ponyta and then you're good.
And Endure is fantastic. You'll just leave it with 1.
Yeah, but...
As long as it uses Endure.
As long as it uses Endure and you hit it with a damaging move that would bring it to 1 HP. Or lower. Which you probably aren't doing.
False swipe.
I mostly just... Oh my god, I know. I wish I'd had false swipe. I
just found
mostly...
it in Alpha Sapphire.
I mostly just brought out Gabriel because he has quick attack. And he has shit stats. So I was like, alright, do 0 damage.
I appreciated, speaking of Gabriel, when you used Hyper Beam against Aerodactyl.
Yeah, not my smartest.
I was like, you landed the Hyper... Oh, right.
Yeah. Honestly, that was terrifying. Sirmina, I don't think you caught my E4 champ stream. I guess the highlights reel would be the ice E4 was tough.
Sure.
Everything else was mostly fine until I got to that Aerodactyl. Is that Lances?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a dragon.
So, of course, my whole team is flying. Aerodactyl is what we talked about this cam, the second fastest Pokemon in base stats in all of Gen 1.
Second fastest, tied with 2 others.
Yeah, Mewtwo and
Jolteon.
He hits me with Ancient Power on the first move and on Zapdos, and it triggers the stat boost. So now he can one-hit everybody on my team with an Ancient Power. I was just kind of like,
Did you just, like...
I rotated really hard. Because it's only got 5 PP.
And your birds have pressure, right?
They do. Cam, I didn't even think of that.
What?
Pressure.
Your birds have pressure. So it would have, if you had all your birds out...
It hit Zapdos with that, so it burned 2 PP on the first, on the opening
At least.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It would be interesting to go back and check how many times it actually used it then.
Yeah. I didn't even think to check that. I was just like trying to hit it. Because, well, it's rock.
Yeah.
So, Articuno had Water Pulse. But Articuno was also taking 4 times damage from any rock attacks it had. So I was like, well, this sucks.
Ice is the best type.
You know, that makes sense why it switched over to using, like, Air Cutter and things. Wow.
It didn't have any more Ancient Power to use.
Should have paid more attention to the pressure.
It also had Rock Tomb, right?
I think so. It had another rock move. Somebody had Rock Tomb.
Someone had Rock Tomb and just kept using it.
Yeah. Once we got past Aerodactyl, things got better. I think I just kind of drill pecked him to death. I would just like toss out somebody's bait. They would die. I would get what's his name back to full.
Firo.
Either Firo or Articuno. Yeah. Firo is one scary bird. Yeah.
So is Dodrio.
Not this run. Not this run.
Well.
Not for me.
Well,
I know you're...
Reina.
Yeah, rip Reina. That was so sad.
We keep losing all of our foreign named Pokemon.
Damn.
In our Nuzlocke.
Discrimination in the VPP.
Jesus.
Yeah, Dodrio, we looked this up. Out of all Pokemon, not just Gen 1, is tied for the 83rd highest attack stat. And like basically everything above it is like a legendary.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy. The only thing that you can counter it with is the fact that it has no health. No health and no defense.
So it just has to be speedy and hit, and then that's what they score. Sweeper.
Which Reina would not be.
Yeah. I don't think she had very good defense, so it was a terrible situation.
Did you get hit with a Tri-Attack?
Yes.
Which is bonkers damage, by the way. And Doduo learns that. My Doduo came with Tri-Attack.
Tri-Attack is also special move.
Well, not in
Gen 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No, it's still normal and physical in Gen 3.
That's why Hyper Beam is interesting in Gen 1 because it scales off attack.
Yes, and I'm gonna make Snorlax learn it soon. It's gonna be great.
Which is why Cam, like, even against the Aerodactyl, I was just like, whatever. It's junk damage. It's against a rock type. But
it still did, like, a good portion.
It's whatever. Is it 150 power?
Something like that, yeah.
Multiplied by whatever Pidgeot's attack is? I was like, yeah, even when you divide that by 2, it's a lot.
And stab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And stab.
Yeah.
And whatever item you had on Pidgeot.
Oh, do you have like a silk scarf or something?
Quick Claw. Quick Claw.
Oh, the Quick Claw. Ah, brilliant. Brilliant. That's where I went.
Never saw it trigger.
Well, they didn't have the animation for it.
Yeah.
Oh. True.
So you could have just been going first.
Mm-hmm.
Without knowing.
Yeah.
Like I have mine on Snorlax, and anytime Snorlax goes first, I'm like, oh, there's the Quick Claw.
I bet that's why. There were a couple weird moments where I commented something about the order being weird. That's probably what was happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at that.
That's it.
I want to take a second to appreciate the fact that you put 3 legendaries on your team, which is, like, more than anyone else in this. Yes. For, like, the main game.
Yeah.
And I'm not including, like, you catch the legendary at the end before you go on to, like, the E4 and the champion. And, like, oh, let's add Reshiram to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. This was, like, you legitimately needed legendaries.
Oh, yeah. Well, technically I could have gotten away with Farfetch'd, and...
No.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't going to do that, because... Who wants a Farfetch'd? It's cool though because Gen 1 totally lets you do this in a way that, like, the later games, a lot of them kind of just don't let you get the legendaries until you're done with the game. Which I always think is kind of lame. Like, I love the fact that you can show up to the E4 with 3 legendary birds on your team. That's really cool. And I hate the fact that you can't go and catch, what's his name?
Mewtwo?
Mewtwo?
No, not Mewtwo.
Mew?
No, in Gen 3, Rayquaza. I hate the fact that you can't catch Stoplight Dragon until after you beat the game. Like, that's really lame.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to show up to that champion battle and be like, hey!
Check out my shiny Rayquaza.
Right? I did not get a shiny Rayquaza. That would be cool.
You should have restarted.
No.
1,000 times.
Start the Sky Pillar over.
No, you don't have to start the whole Sky Pillar over.
You just have to reset to
right
the
before him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So was this challenge, this bird challenge, literally only bird-looking Pokemon, or was it?
They had to be.
Flying?
No, they had to be birds.
They had to be birds, legitimately. Okay.
Yeah, bird type. Like, no Scyther, because Scyther's not a bird. I'd actually been thinking about it since Gen 1, because I think a lot of the Gen 1 birds are really cool. And actually a lot of the birds in Pokemon period are really cool. But in Gen 1 I was also like, how the hell do I play Pokemon? So I'm glad I didn't actually do it then, and I am also glad that I did it with this remix.
Yeah, this was a good one to do it with.
Yeah.
Even if you did in the next gen, you still could have done a good, solid job with it. But I guess...
Yeah, but like Skarmory.
Heart Gold would have been better, because you would have had the Ho-Oh, and that's a bird.
You can actually go and catch Ho-Oh in Fire Red.
You can catch a lot of legendaries in Fire Red.
Yeah, you can catch like all the way through Deoxys, or Deoxys, whatever he is.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Technically,
well, I guess. Yeah.
You can catch a
That's
lot.
weird.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Strange.
You can catch all 3 dogs.
You could catch the Reggies, right?
I don't know about that.
They're Gen 3, though.
Gen 3.
Yeah, they are,
Gen
but I don't
3,
know if
like,
you can get them on the
A
islands.
million legendaries.
It's true. And also, like, they didn't talk about any of them, which is also not a tradition I'm in love with.
That's why they had to put the Reggie quest into Sword and Shield's Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra.
Yeah.
So we could actually show off the 5 or 6 Reggies there are.
Yeah, we've been talking about secret failure in my games class, which is this idea that, like, you don't even realize that you've done something wrong or that you could have done something better. And I think the Reggie hunt in Gen 3 falls firmly into the category of, like, if you missed it, you would have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would you even know that you were supposed to be?
You see all of the pockmarked tunnels and walls
Yeah.
everywhere. It says, maybe there's something about this. And then you hope,
NPCs.
right?
I guess.
Mhm.
I just... That seems like one where, like... I don't know how someone would just figure that out.
Or,
The Braille
yeah,
bit really gets me. Throws me for a loop.
Yeah.
Like, who just knows Braille?
I do
Blind.
not. I do not know Braille.
Mm-hmm. But you needed it to understand the quest.
It's also not... What's interesting about that quest, too, is it's Braille written in a way that someone who reads Braille could not read.
Right. Exactly.
Like... What?
It was a miss. It was a miss.
How to
If they had
be...
done something like Morse code that's, like, more accessible, and they use, like, Morse code dots and stuff.
Pokemon actually found a way to be exclusionary of blind
Mhm.
people using Braille.
Mm-hmm. Never made any sense. I still stand by, it would have been better to just use Morse code. Marginally better.
Yeah.
But
Morse
still
code.
better.
Morse code in games is so difficult.
Dot dash dot.
Yeah.
They could have still written it out, like the
Oh,
dot
you
dash
could have
dot.
written it, I guess.
It would at
Yeah,
least...
that's what I mean.
It would at least make sense, rather than using something that's, like, specifically designed to not be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morse code would also be something that you could do, like, dynamically throughout the game, because you could also hear it. Like, you could play the noises if you wanted to.
If you really wanted to.
There's only been one instance ever where sound has been, like, the key factor for any challenge, though. For any puzzle.
Which one?
The electric trial in Sun. When he's like, I'm going to play you a sound, you tell me what it is.
Oh, right, I didn't have to do this
Like,
one.
You have to pick out, like, what
Yeah.
the cry of the Pokemon is, or, like, oh, that's the Poke Center sound. Things like that.
I feel like there's been other challenges like that.
I don't think so. I don't think there are any others that relied on hearing what was going on.
The
Did the Lumiose Electric Gym have anything like that? I know there was
it's a trivia, but it's a picture of the Pokemon. It's like a
About
who's that?
Hearthstone.
It's like a who's that Pokemon in Gen 6. Who's that Pokemon?
Hmm.
It's Texas's 46th congressional district.
It's Diglett. I still like the Jon Snow. It's Diglett. Secret.
Awful.
What are you doing?
Just chilling. What are you doing?
Andromeda has, like, shoved herself into a corner underneath a monitor behind everything.
Let her live. Yeah.
I cleared the spot out specifically so she could do that,
Mm-hmm.
but now she's chasing her tail.
Amazing.
So
Aww.
Can someone tell me what... This is embarrassing. What is Lapras's typing? Is it water ice? It is both?
Yes.
Okay, I get very confused with the water Pokemon that are used primarily ice moves. Because some of them are water ice and some of them are not. Like, what is Seal? Isn't Seal pure water?
Seal is water. Dugong is water ice.
Okay, so that's where the line is. I get very
Shelter
confused.
is water.
And then
Cloister
Cloister
is
is water ice.
Yes.
Got it. Very
Spiel
confusing.
is water. Walreen is water ice.
Where's Celio?
Water ice, maybe?
I think so. Because isn't that... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just
Water
motherfuckers
ice.
just be throwing out Aurora beams. And I'm like...
Ice water.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Oh, is it ice water? That's just confusing.
Very curious to see how the E4 goes, because I don't have any electric types on my team right now. Now, what I could do is
what do you
go to
need-
power plant.
What do you need electric types for?
Lorelei.
Oh,
Would be
the
nice to
water
have.
icy. I mean, you have Victory Bell. Well,
No. Ice.
And I have Graveler, but
you have Lapras.
and ice. I do, but what moves do I have on Lapras?
You have,
I have Snorlax. What moves do I have in Snorlax?
guess you can't use Perish
Hyper
Song.
Beam.
You can put Hyper Beam on Snorlax.
Perish Song. You dropped Perish Song immediately, and I was like, yes, best
Why?
decision.
Why? You just swap out.
That's true. I could just Perish Song and then swap out and then call it a day. Right? That's
Yeah.
how it works.
I mean,
Or is that the other Pokemon stays in long enough to get hit by Perish Song?
you just dunk the rest of their team except for their ace, and then Perish Song swap and Snorlax it out.
Yeah.
Re-
Probably do that.
What?
Rest and sleep talk your way through it.
Oh, do you have Rest and Sleep Talk on Snorlax?
I have rest. I skip the sleep talk.
No. That's fair. I mean, you don't really want to be like sleep talking hyper beams when you only have 5 hyper beams.
Yeah, I want to be able to control what I'm doing with it.
That's fair.
The worst case scenario is I save all my Chesto berries for the Elite Four, so that if I ever use rest on Snorlax, it just wakes up immediately.
Are there berries in this game?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Didn't know that. Cam
then,
Cam and I had a funny exchange in the chat. I said, I think, what did the... Agatha slept like my whole team. And I was like, alright, I gotta wake some people up. But then I was like, I don't want to use a full restore literally just to unsleep someone. So I left 2 of them asleep. And I said, I'll probably regret that later. And then I got into, halfway through Lance. And Cam's like, yep. And now you're regretting that.
yeah, I probably.
Because he immediately took out 2 of your Pokemon, which left 2 up, 2 asleep. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. That was bad.
yeah, and then when I asked you about like items on the legendaries, you're like, I didn't find any items. I was like, berries? And you're like, nah.
I don't have that many berries. I didn't have that
But
many
you only
berries.
needed 1 berry per bird to hold.
I don't know where my berries are.
Give him an Oran berry from 10 health.
10 health would have been great. There would have been a lot of times where 10 health would have been really helpful. Oh, well. Yeah.
So how's... Well, do you have anything else for Fire Red, or should we
No,
skip over?
I'm
Leaf
tapped. Somebody else go.
Green? Leaf Green.
I know I already mentioned a couple things about Leaf Green, but overall, this week, what did I do this week? I took down Silco. I
Nice.
went through 3 gyms, because I did Koga, and then Sabrina, and then Blaine. So I did it in, I think, what is supposed to be the true order.
Wait, Sabrina, Koga, Blaine?
No, Koga, Sabrina, Blaine. I think
Koga,
is the order.
Sabrina, Blaine.
I think so, because I think Sabrina's technically harder.
That makes sense. Yeah. She
I
has.
think.
She has. Does she have an Alakazam?
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
But I took that bad boy down easy.
Yeah, he's
Snorlax all the way.
just fast.
He's fragile.
He is very
Snorlax's
fragile.
special defense is the roof compared to the rest of my team, I think.
Yeah.
So and his attack is phenomenal. So against a very fragile special sweeper, like it was perfect. Body slammed him all the way down.
Alakazam has something like a 45 or 35 base stat for defense.
It's
It's
so crippling to him.
insanely low. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I just drill picked.
Exactly. So Sabrina's team was honestly kind of a joke next to Snorlax. And I was also able to keep Snorlax in for a good chunk of Koga, I think. I'm already mixing it up.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think I pulled in Snorlax.
Koga's
because of the fact that he has immunity, which has a resistance to poisoning.
Oh, so, that's huge.
Snorlax is great to have.
Yeah, no kidding.
Poisoned. Mm-hmm.
What are his moves right now? He's got Rest, he's got...
Rest. I know he had Break.
Ooh, nice.
Body Slam.
Body Slam is great on him.
Yawn.
And Yawn.
So I put people to sleep.
Oh, dope.
So you know what's eventually going to be my moveset is I just picked up Focus Punch, I think, in the mansion.
And is that the one that raises your attack?
No, that's one that's like base 150.
Oh,
and
shit.
it gears up at the beginning of the move, at the beginning of the turn, and then if you don't get hit, you keep your focus and then hit at the end of the turn. So Snorlax can put someone to sleep.
Oh!
There's a guaranteed turn of sleep. Then Focus Punch will be able to hit.
Wow.
That's...
I think it has 100 accuracy as a result.
Busted.
Because of the fact that it's like already a risk to be even using the move.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit busted on someone who's a really high attacker, but I think it's gonna come in handy.
Is that's a fighting
Lorelei.
move? That's a fighting
Yep.
move? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Gonna come in handy for Lorelei.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be huge. Because fighting super effective against ice?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that's what I'm gonna depend on, basically, for that one. No idea what I'm gonna do against Agatha, because I don't have anybody that can do the ghost.
Well,
I'm probably just gonna rely on some
No one has a dark
things.
move?
Agatha was where I went to my normal types.
Yeah, I might just do that.
Well,
Snorlax would need a move.
Snorlax doesn't have a move that can hit a ghost, right? Do you have any dark moves?
If I had kept Vaporeon, I would have had Bite.
The dangerous cycle that I found with Agatha was that Gengar will cycle Hypnosis and then Nightmare. So even with my normal types, they can still get put to sleep and then Nightmare can still hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
Just
I'll
don't
have to think about what to do there.
Just don't rest with Snorlax with Gengar out. Because he will Nightmare.
The other
you.
option is...
Yeah.
No options. I don't think there's a move tutor. Because I could have like countered it by keeping Sleep Talk on Snorlax. And he's slow, and I would just make sure that he gets hit by Hypnosis and immediately Sleep Talk or something.
Yeah, but...
He would need another move.
Yeah, because if fighting can't hit Ghost, right?
Right.
So, no Focus Punch.
No.
And you can only use the TM once.
No Hyper Beam, and then you've got...
I could buy a bunch of Hyper Beam TMs.
I mean, yeah, they're only 7,500, so...
I have plenty of money.
It's not outrageous.
I keep using the Versus Seeker, so I keep making money by training.
Nice.
Can Snorlax learn, what is it, Foresight? That identifies?
I don't know if it's a TM, so I don't think it can at this point.
Kind of doubt it.
Learns nope, not in its Learn Set either.
Oh well.
Nah. Oh, it can learn Shadow Ball.
Oh!
Well, there you go.
Where the fuck do I get Shadow Ball?
Yeah, really, that's the question.
Where do you pick up Shadow Ball? And
I just looked it up. It's only available via Game Corner.
Oh, great.
I need coins.
go get them coins.
Get your cam on.
I'm gonna cry.
So
I'm confused.
Shards and
what are
getting
you-
all these.
What are you guys talking about with this being able to teach your Pokemon moves via TM?
Just because you don't pick up things that you see on the ground or like talk to people.
No.
No.
I'm actually mad about this. The normal birds,
Horrible move pool.
the normal birds in Gen 1 have such a shitty move pool. You can't teach them like anything from HMs.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
I had to pick up a Krabby who can learn like every HM there is to get me through like. What'd you say, Cam?
HM Crab.
HM Crab.
Crab. Yeah.
Well, he can learn Cut, Strength, Rock Smash, and Surf.
That's
And that's
pretty clutch.
all you
4
need
and
to get
5.
through. What's the Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah, down Flash.
Struggle through.
You just walk around till you hit a wall, and then you look up the map.
Here's the other thing that I'm finding. Okay, here's the other thing that's really fun is Snorlax can also learn Psychic.
Oh.
But I also have a Butterfree for that who has like Psywave and could probably eventually, pick up if I decide to take her into the E4.
Yeah.
Gloria.
Is this a good time to talk about the mistake I made with the team chart?
Yeah, I thought you had a Venomoth.
No, that's Butterfree. What are you talking about? Those are the eyes of the Caterpie line.
It's true, they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, those are the eyes.
Okay, so when I was going through the team chart today, which I haven't made since June, go me, but I was doing it a little too fast, and I saw on Sirmina's team, on her final recap, a sprite, the mini sprite, that looked like Venomoth. And I didn't really remember back to her team, and it turns out it's actually supposed to be a Butterfree. So yeah, screwed up with that.
It's okay.
That last Pokemon there is supposed to be a Butterfree.
That is a Butterfree.
Okay, what do you... Run us through this, because I feel like this is confusing.
I'm so sorry. I am 100% on board with the theory that they accidentally swapped Venomoth and Butterfree's sprites in-game because of the fact that Butterfree has the Venonat eyes and Venomoth has the Metapod eyes, and so it just doesn't make sense why the sprites that we have for Venomoth and Butterfree are what they are. They should be swapped because they don't track with what evolves into them.
Yeah,
So,
that checks out.
I think during my run of just like one of the routes that leads into Fuchsia, I ran into a Venonat with Butterfree, and I was like, look at this thing. It should evolve into Butterfree. They look exactly the same.
Right, yeah. Because the eyes, the weird compound eyes are shared by both of them, right?
And the color scheme. And Venonat also has the antenna like Butterfree does. Venonat has the exact same shade of purple, basically. Venomoth has this kind of like pale kind of color scheme, the way that Metapod and Caterpie have those like paler colors. Venomoth also has the same belly as Caterpie.
Yeah, true.
Makes sense,
True.
dude, the way it is now. And yes, like what Cam was showing is that Venonat and Butterfree have like the same like pincers, and they have the same kind of like hands, basically. It just makes sense.
They
Yeah.
gave Venomoth and Butterfree hands.
What a mess. Absolute mess.
At least Superior has hands.
Yes, Superior does have hands.
Superior and Haunter.
So weird.
Mm-hmm.
Not Ghastly.
Not Ghastly.
Not Ghastly. No hands, ma.
Come on, no hands. God, I wish I could have used Pursuit in Gen 1.
Can any of my team learn Pursuit? I don't think so, but...
A bunch of people on my team can learn Pursuit.
Oh, yes.
The dark special move with 40 power that scales off special attack. On my team full of physical attackers.
Yeah. I'll have to see what I'm
The split is so nice for physical and
yeah.
special. Not just type.
You know what? Butterfree can learn Thief.
Oh,
Which is a harsh move,
shit.
and will
That's
steal an item. And
yeah.
it's special, which Butterfree has better special than physical, and it is base 60.
That's actually pretty solid.
So I will consider a temporary thief.
Yep.
It's a good move. It's a good move.
That's for Sabrina.
For
Agatha.
Agatha. That'd be great, because is Butterfree fast enough to outspeed some of those ghosts?
Not sure.
Probably depends on the level.
Speed is okay. It's not amazing.
Yeah.
Just go buy some Carbos.
It's true. Always,
Vitamins are the best.
always use your vitamins. I did use my vitamins. I also used some battle items.
Yes, you did.
So, I mean, you should have seen me. I'm like,
they were so
alright,
helpful.
let's power, we'll give him the X defense, and we'll give him the X attack, and we'll give him the dire hit, and then he got one hit.
Isn't it phenomenal?
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's pretty good.
It was rough.
Honestly, I think that the team that I have right now for Leaf Green, if I could hold on to them, they're pretty solid.
Oh, definitely.
Graveler has Sturdy.
That's
So-
huge.
Avoid some one-hit KOs. Snorlax has immunity, like we talked about, no poisoning. Victreebel has Chlorophyll, so upspeed and Sunshine. So if I can just get my hands on like a Sunny Day Solar Beam combo.
Somebody in the later... Cam, who used Sunny Day?
Lance?
No, it's
Gary.
Gary because he has the Venusaur. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know who you started. You started... never mind.
He's gonna have Squirtle, Blastoise.
Yeah. But
But
you have
you-
Victory Bell to counter that, so that's fine.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be okay overall.
It's nice to see Victory Bell getting some love again.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a
Love
Victory
it.
Bell in yellow.
Victreebel's great. It's been holding on since I took on Misty, so it's good. Lapras has Shell Armor, which prevents critical hits.
Ooh.
And Butterfree has Compound Eyes, which increases accuracy.
No, it doesn't. It has googly eyes.
But that ends up being a really good set of abilities. Especially because Butterfree tends to land all the like sleep powders, poison powders, whatever, a lot more because it bumps up accuracy. 'Cause what did we say Compound Eyes does overall?
It increases
How much?
accuracy by
Oh, like 30%?
30% of what it
30%.
is. So if it's a 70% move like Thunder,
Then it goes up to like 91.
91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole
Yeah.
thing with Galvantula.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, most of those powders are accuracy 75. So if you take 75 times 1.3, that basically gets you to 100.
97.5.
Just about.
It misses, it's at 2.5%.
Man, you guys should
So Compound Eyes.
you guys should have had abilities like my Pokemon that had super cool abilities. Furo had Keen Eye, which prevents loss of accuracy. Pidgeot had Keen Eye, which prevents loss of accuracy. Dodrio had Early Bird, which means it wakes up sooner from sleep. And the three
That's a good
legendary.
one.
It's good, except Dodrio
was-
just dies instantly.
Helpful, though, for Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes and also no.
He had a Quick Claw on it.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
So it got
Dodrio?
even faster. I think Dodrio might have been the one with the quick call. Because he needed something. My man was getting smacked around like a jelly bean in a jukebox.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and then the 3 legendaries have pressure. It's not really a great set of abilities, but pressure is always great. I mean,
I don't remember what the abilities were for my Heart Gold team. Except for, like, Ditto has
Ditto.
Limber.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Limber
it can't be
great.
paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
But
cool.
once it
Right.
transforms, it gets the ability of the other Pokemon.
Oh,
Got it.
So I would
then-
transform, and then someone would use, like, Stun Spore. And I'd be like, great.
Do you know
Now
if Mamoswine had Oblivious or Snowcloak?
I don't remember.
Because those are both actually fairly good, but Snowcloak is a lot better.
That's Evasiveness in a Hailstorm?
Yes. Which I don't remember who I had that before. Maybe it was just a Mamoswine. Or not a Mamoswine, but a Piloswine. That I think might have had that. Or some other ice type. Maybe it was my Beartick. Maybe it was my Beartick.
probably.
Yeah. It was just
I
kind
always think of like a Frostlass whenever I hear Snowcloak.
yeah.
One of us should use Frostlass.
I love Frostlass. I used it the first time I played Platinum. Staple on my team.
Cam, speaking of Heart Gold, how was your experience with using Pokemon that we don't typically use overall? I know you've talked about this a little bit before.
I would say that the MVPs. I think that, like, Fortress ended up being, like, fantastic
You said
for
that.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, given a lot of love to bug types because they've really carried through for a lot of the games, like Galvantula, Scolipede, Fortress, like
Heracross.
Yeah. Like,
I had a bug type that
Some
was
are good.
awesome in Gen 6.
a Gen 6 bug type.
Yeah. I didn't have them for the whole game, but I had them for a while. It's
You
like-
also did 6 different generations, so was it a Gen 6 bug?
No, it was a Gen 6 bug that I had for most of the game. It was like something I caught really early on. Dragonite has inner focus, prevents from flinching. That's a good ability.
Ooh.
Is that the ability that you get with the extreme speed? Dratini?
I don't know.
For all of the leveling that I put into getting a Dragonite at level 55, I think I used it like a handful of times. It was like it was so not worth it in the long run.
I had a Scatterbug that evolved into Spupa.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And Spupa, I think if I'm remembering correctly, is the one that has like different. No, it wasn't a Spupa. Hold on. I had a Burmy, and he had Sandy Cloak.
You were a Sandy Cloak Burmy. Okay, so the yellow one. Did you have a Wormadam or
I had
What's the other?
I had a Wormadam.
Motham?
I had a
Hmm?
Wormadam. I had a Wormadam.
You had a Wormadam. Okay. I don't remember if that's male or female.
It's female.
I think so.
It's female.
So my Volcarona in white too.
So it was bug and ground.
Airbug.
That was bug fire. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bug types are great, and like the
Good on
early
that.
evolutions, so helpful.
Durant,
I have,
Gen 5.
Durant.
Yes, Durant.
Araquanid, Gen 7.
Yes.
I have a
Durant.
Surskit right now in Alpha Sapphire. So,
Ooh.
Ah, yes.
so
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a Volcarona right now in Leaf Green. So we are pretty heavy bug users. seems.
we've done a switch from early in the project.
When we were like, screw bug types, they suck. And now it's like, oh,
Well,
they're actually
Do you remember Guzma's team from Gen 7?
Yes.
No, I don't really.
The worst.
No, I legitimately don't remember anything on his team other than the one goalless speed. Goalless yeah, because it has emergency exit or whatever.
Emergency exit.
That's the only thing I remember about his team because I would just use flamethrower.
It had Vikavolt at one point, I think.
Vikavolt, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had my own at one point
Really
in the game.
pissed me off.
Because I had a Charger Bug for a while, and then I went up to the electric place, and it evolved into Vikavolt. Charger Bug's great because it can learn acrobatics. Yep.
Oh, yes. Another thing we've relied on in this team is acrobatics.
Electric Bug that can just dunk on other bugs. As long as you don't give it an item, which sucks because then you can't give it the magnet.
Yeah.
I got very lucky again for Heart Gold, and I found the magnet from Sunny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which was very good for Voltorb and Electrode. Oh my gosh, Electrode? Like, not my top choice for an electric type for this. I really wanted Electabuzz, but that's a post-game thing. Like, shout out to Electrode.
For being
amazing.
Fast as fuck.
Fastest in the game, right?
In Gen 1, yes. I don't know about Gen 2.
Or Gen 4, technically, no.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Yeah, Electrode was, like, a beast. You'd use Charge Beam and then Spark. Or Charge Beam everything.
Man.
Get them special attack boosts, and then nothing can stop you.
Pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I actually think that on the chart that you're showing,
which
I would say the bottom three, the Electrode, Mamoswine, and Fortress,
are the top three.
Are my top three, and then probably for Alligator.
Yeah.
And then Dratini, not Dratini, Dragonite. And then Ditto.
Ditto's just cool. Kind of fun, like, to have, but not really all that useful.
Yeah. Ditto is good for the nursery. And then just leave it there.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Needing to take a turn to transform, possibly get hit, followed by you're limited to 5 of each of the 4 moves.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So it has 5 PP on each of them, and you're like, well, what move do you have that's effective against you?
Electrode is actually the... This is Gen 6 Dex, I don't know why, but it's the 10th fastest Pokemon.
What's faster than Electrode at that point?
Deoxys, Ninjask... Oh, wait, hold on. 3 of these are Deoxys.
Well, Deoxys has a speed form, so I imagine that would be
Deoxys, Alakazam, Aerodactyl.
Oh, they buffed Alakazam and Aerodactyl.
Yeah, they did. Beedrill, Sceptile, and
Beedrill?
a Selgor.
Sceptile?
Sceptile was fast, but I didn't realize it was that fast.
Sceptile.
What was the last one you said?
A Selgor.
Oh, okay. Is that Shelmet's evolution?
Yeah.
But that's like way down the road. That's not even...
Yeah, that's like Gen 6. We'll have to check the, Gen 4 Dex? I'll have to do some... Actually, if you look at the Gen 2 Dex, Electrode's at the top.
Okay.
So
good.
That's really all we need to know.
Fantastic. I realized after a while that I had... Fortress is, like, pretty slow. But I had 2 moves on it that did more power if it went second or got hit first.
Ooh,
like payback. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'll throw in my Bug Steel type here, and we'll be good to go. Because Bug is super effective against Psychic.
Yeah.
And so is Dark. So it's like...
True. It's a very handy part of Bug.
Just throw Fortress in, it'll be fine. Couldn't learn any Steel move other than Mirror Shot.
Lame.
So weird.
Terrible move. Couldn't find Flash Cannon. I don't think it existed yet.
Pidgeot used Steel Wing.
Yeah, I couldn't learn. I couldn't put Steel Wing on anyone except for.
That's okay. That's okay.
Which I don't think. Did I?
It's okay. You don't really need Steel Wing on anyone. 90 accuracy, can raise defense.
Lower.
That's it.
It raises.
It raises the user's defense. That's what a lot of the steel moves will do.
Mm-hmm.
Like iron shield or whatever it is.
I think Iron
Metal
Head
Claw.
can flinch, but
Metal Claw increases attack
nice.
every now and then. Mm-hmm.
Steel moves are cool. They just didn't really have that many yet.
Yeah.
No love to dark or steel in Gen 2.
Not a ton.
Not as much as you would think for the gen they were introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot more to say about Leaf Green.
Yeah, I'm pretty tapped.
And I've only done one stream of Alpha Sapphire, so
Yeah. If it's okay, we might hear more about that next week because I do want to go see Brady beat the NFL passing record. But yeah, this was a cool month of remakes. We're almost done with this first round. And in October, if you're watching, stay tuned and around. Let me get rid of that. Hold on. Stop streaming. Okay. Oh, it was good. If you're watching this stream, stay tuned and around in October because we're going to be doing Remakes 2. We have Cam playing some Alpha Sapphire. We have Sirmina doing some Omega Ruby. I think we'll catch another Leaf Green stream. But after that, you'll get to see some Omega Ruby. And I'll be picking up, Soul Silver again and going back to Johto. But Cam says Heart Gold was fun, so hopefully I'll
Heart Gold was so fun.
Yeah,
Comparatively.
So remakes-wise, should be fun. Looking ahead to the future in November, the first half of the month is a bit screwy, and we don't quite know if we're doing things yet. Although there's some talk of maybe a Let's Go games. I don't know. We might do that a little casually, play it by ear. And then about halfway through the month, we're going to get Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and start working our way through those. As our last month of remakes, I guess.
Last month of remakes, and then it leaves December.
Are we doing things after that?
We'll have to see.
Are
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
All right.
A year of VPP.
A year of VPP.
No.
But anyway, if you tuned in tonight, thanks so much. We always appreciate the support. Kirishima in the chat did say, "How are you all?" And I missed that. Sorry, I wasn't paying enough attention to the Twitch because every time I flip off the screen, my stream goes dark. To you guys, but yep, always appreciate the viewership. We got a couple people on YouTube, which might just be Cam. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll catch you guys next week. We're almost always on Sunday. Sometimes we're on Monday, but that's okay. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. And keep an eye out on our channel for new Pokemon streams.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.